impeccable. And the result is 4 runs. The 150 comes up for Bangladesh with that boundary.
There was a very tiny lull period of about a little over 3 overs when no boundaries were hit. And just after that, the momentum has snuck in back. He goes up, aerial, and gets a maximum. Tawheed Hridoy is now making his own tunes.
A bit too predictable from Mohammad Wasim, time and time again, missing his mark. But Tawheed Hridoy, he's not going to miss out on every opportunity presented to him. Gets underneath that and launches it. Goes ballistic, goes the distance. And the result is 6 runs.
And there's very little margin of error when you're trying to bowl the Yorkers. Slightly full, you're giving a juicy low full toss. Slightly short, there's a half volley to be devoured. 28 of 13, Hridoy has turned up the heat.
The momentum now with Bangladesh. 158. Goes full and wide this time. Much better from Mohammad Wasim.
You need to change your lines, you need to change your lengths. He does back his skills, his abilities to bowl those Yorkers. Sometimes, when you're bowling at that pace, you need to be very, very calculative. Last ball. And that should be a single. They're going for the second. And they'll get it comfortably. 16 gone. It's 160 for 2.
Batters in the middle at this stage. And both looking set.
Yeah, good signs this for Bangladesh. Remember, they have 8 wickets in hand. A lot of trouble for UAE bowlers. They haven't been up to the standards, I feel, today. They've given away a lot of loose deliveries to these Bangladesh batters.
Need to be more tidy. Javadullah was just not happy with that. And Rashid, having a look at Mohammad Wasim come on to bowl. I've not seen him bowl much in T20 international. Was that a rare sight?
Well, yes, I think he hasn't bowled too. I haven't seen him bowl too much in T20 internationals. That's the last delivery for you. Good variation shown by Javadullah. Aryansh behind the stumps needs to do better. Yeah, coming back to that Mohammad Wasim question, I think it was just because he needed a couple of overs to cover up for the other bowlers who haven't done well. Did bowl a good first over, but the second one went for a few runs. Oh, that's a quick delivery. Gets the top half of the bat, but lands safely. Will only be a single. This is what UAE haven't done too often. They haven't shown a lot of variation in their bowling. They have
2 overs. You now have Javadullah and Sagir Khan with their 2 overs each, so which means they'll finish off the final 4.
Hopefully they do well in this back end of the innings, because UAE are staring at close to 200 runs at the moment. Good slower delivery once again, nicely improvised by Hridoy. Drills that down towards deep third. They'll pick up a single. Now this is where your variation comes into play. Remember, Sagir is debuting today. It's his first game, and that's a lot of responsibility on you as a bowler. Normally he bowls in the middle periods, but because he needs to cover up for somebody like Matiullah, so he'll have to bowl at the back end of the innings. That might just put a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah, I'm just going by the 2 overs of Matiullah Khan and 2 overs of Mohammad Wasim. Together they gave 52 runs in their 4 overs, going wicketless. I'm not too sure how much the plan has worked over here, but yeah, Bangladesh have enjoyed. That will be given as wide. Javadullah strikes once again. He's been amongst wickets. His 6th in the tournament so far. And yet again, he's doing the job for his captain.
That ploy to go with the slower delivery has worked for Javadullah. That was a good change of pace. Nothing wrong with the front foot. Way behind the crease line. Outside off stump, slower delivery. You have to put in a lot of power behind that. And a good catch taken by Dhruv Prasher. Shanta gone after scoring 27 of 19 deliveries. Been a good knock. Bangladesh lose their 3rd wicket. It's 163 on the board.
Strike rate of 120. Good striker of the ball. 24 matches for him. And immediately he's off the mark as well. Busy cricketers, most of these Bangladeshi batters.
Yeah, and a very good platform for somebody like Zakir Ali to come in towards the fag end of the innings. He's got 3 more overs to go. He can go big. Like you mentioned, good strike rate of over 120. And they would want to make sure that they get those quick runs. That's a slower delivery once again. The last wicket that fell was in the air for quite a bit of time, but safe catch taken by Dhruv Parashar. Barring that first drop catch by UAE, they have done well in the field, I feel. It's just about being consistent with your line of length, and plan B for the bowlers, that hasn't come through for UAE.
Yeah, the change-ups will come in very handy on the surface. And that's why I feel more of this needs to be used in the final overs, Rashid. Profile. Don't hype it up. Oh dear. Problems plenty. I just feel he may be struggling somewhere with that calf muscle of his, because it did receive some treatment, but there's some niggle that's bothering him at the back of the mind.
Yeah, and like I mentioned earlier, Mikhail, when you're debuting for your national side, and you have to really cover up for somebody, for one of your premier fast bowlers, and normally, like I said, was Saghir bowls in the middle overs, so you'll just get that extra bit of pressure as well.
He's covering up for Matiullah, who's playing his second T20 international. So there's a bit of inexperience in the pace attack. This one's picked up. I'm not quite sure he's middled it. Fielder coming underneath. Straightforward catch, but it's a free hit. So they'll get the second. Oh, good running and a good flat throw as well. And that should be referred upstairs. Good all-round cricket.
That's outstanding stuff by Rahul Chopra on the boundary rope, first taking the catch and then releasing that very quickly. And good work by Saghir as well. Remember, that was a flat, quick throw. Had to collect that and made sure that he got the bails off. Now straight away, Saghir, like you mentioned, I think he is having some trouble with that calf. Let's have a look at that run out scare once again. Good collection. The batter is not in the frame. This might be very close. In he comes with the dive. I think he's a goner. I think he's a goner there, Mikhail.
Need to go a few frames behind to confirm if that's a brilliant piece of fielding. Great work by Saghir as well. He had to get behind the stumps. Oh, this is a close call. I'm glad I'm not the TV umpire. Akbar Ali Khan, over to you.
Well, that's a very, very close call. I'll have to eat my words. I thought that was a goner there. But good work done with that dive. I think that's what might just save him there. One frame. I think just one frame.
And UAE will not want to frame this, Rashid. I reckon he's just made it. Remember, the dive makes so much of a difference. Full stretch dive. Great work by Saghir.
Looked a lot of... he hasn't looked dangerous in this innings, I think. Slower delivery. That's uppishly played. Fielders trying to get to it, but will fall beyond them. They'll pick up a couple more runs. Excellent running between the wickets. In all this commotion, we haven't spoken about how well Bangladesh have run between the wickets, how well they've batted. Take nothing away from them.
And that's why I keep saying this. This is the brave new face of Bangladesh cricket. You could hear it from the stump mic. 2-2-2. Zakir is pushing his partner. Look at that. He's waiting to see if he's ready to come back on the turn, calling him. And once the response is clear, they complete 2. This is wonderful cricket by Bangladesh. Urgency and at the same time great communication.
And brilliant match awareness as well. Remember, if you not get a boundary, make sure that you convert that one into a double. And that's exactly what they're doing. A lot of bowlers used by UAE. That's a sign of confirm. Meanwhile, this has been smacked all the way for a maximum. Just wait for the confirmation from the umpire, but I think it just landed on that Toblerone.
Yeah, it's clattered into the boundary cushions. And Saghir is struggling. It's very evident in his run-up and follow-through as well. He's just lost his radar. That was short. Invitation to go big on it. And the batter just helped it along. Just falls short on that.
That's a brilliant shot. This has been a very good over so far for Bangladesh. Oh, nicely bowled and equally well played. It's in the gap, nicely caressed, piercing that gap between those two fielders. Superbly well. Gets another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries here for Hridoy.
Yeah, Hridoy is playing a gem of an innings. He's balancing his offside play with some good onside play as well. Hitting all around the park. This one just carving it between the gap. It was in the air, but it was in the gap. So runs coming thick and fast. And Bangladesh on overdrive mode.
And you feel for Saghir, I think he's just struggling here. You can see no follow through after he's bowled his delivery. So he's just holding himself back, and in doing so, I think he's not able to bowl his best deliveries. But this has been a brilliant over for Bangladesh. Slow delivery, pulled away. Straight to Heather Ali at square leg. They'll pick up another single here.
Rashid,
Previous game, so not too far away from that. So at least he would want to keep it below that runs. Saghir with the last delivery of the over. Slower delivery, nicely bowled. Joker unable to get it away, but they'll still scamper through for a single. He will keep strike for the
this answer. Oh, beautifully done. Just how he moved, brought out the swivel and helped it along. Joker Ali is now turning it on in the middle.
That was a brilliant shot there by Joker. Like you mentioned, just helping it on its way. Sometimes you just, as a bowler, you don't want to bowl too straight, and that is exactly what Jawadullah has done. But good movement there on the crease by Joker, moving across and making sure that he opens up that long leg position and smashes that for a maximum. These are important runs towards the end of the innings.
Outstanding hit. Pressure on Jawadullah. Concedes a 6 in his very first delivery. Moves once again. Hits it wide of the field that covers. That'll be a 4. 10 in 2. And Bangladesh now are eyeing the 200 run mark.
Well, that's another cracking shot there by Joker. He's really turning it on. Jawadullah, he's under a lot of pressure now. Look at that, full and outside off stump. Good timing as well. Remember, this is a very good outfield, very quick here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. No chance for the fielders. But Bangladesh have reached the score they scored in the previous game, 191 runs. Now they'll obviously go on to better this, and they might be looking at 210, 215 from here onwards, Mikhail.
Yeah, it's been an animated Mohammad Wasim in this match. He's not been too happy with a few things that have happened in the middle. He's had to make a lot of changes in the bowling as well as the fielding. He's been busy, and the Bangladesh batters have been severe on the bowlers this evening.
Well, I think the plans were set, but the execution was a problem, and which is why Mohammad Wasim, you can see, he's been reactive, and that is one thing that really bothers you as a captain. A short delivery, that's pulled away quite nicely. That's bludgeoned for another maximum in the over. This is outstanding batting by Joker Ali.
Oh, that's power hitting. So much of control on that hit. Incredible ball striking. Didn't move much. Shot, and all he had to do was hit it in front of square. Flat over mid-wicket. All the fielder could do is see the ball sail over him. And what an over this is turning out to be.
It just felt like Joker Ali was expecting that slower delivery to be short and on his body, and he had so much time to just play that and place it quite nicely. I've enjoyed the way the Bangladeshi batters have adjusted themselves to these conditions here. These are testing conditions, very hot and humid, but they've done really well.
Yes, finally perishes here. Soft dismissal to an innings that had so much of promise and power. But Joker has done his job. Jawadullah gets his man. They say revenge is the dish, best served cold. Third wicket for Jawadullah.
Well, look at the front foot there, no problems whatsoever. Good full length delivery, inviting him to go over mid-off. Has run away for a boundary. A very good first delivery for Shamim.
Well, this has been an eventful over. We've already seen 20 runs and a wicket, but the damage has already been done. Just getting underneath that one, just using the depth of the crease, staying inside. And the 200 comes up as well for Bangladesh. They got 191 for 7 in the first T20 international. They've bettered that performance this evening.
This is outstanding batting. Slower outside off stump. Doesn't get a hang of that. Will be a dot ball, I think. But this has been a brilliant over. Although Bangladesh lost a wicket in this one, Jawadullah gave away 20 in that over. 19 overs completed, one more to go, 201 for 4. Saghir with the last over. First delivery, that's gone miles up in the air. Who wants that? Saghir coming underneath it. And will take that. He's a brilliant fielder. And that's a superb catch to get rid of Ridoy. Saghir with another wicket at the start of the over. That's a good shot delivery. Pulled away. Will be a single. Rishad will be off the mark as well. 2 new batters out there. 4 more deliveries to go. Last wicket was a brilliant one by Saghir. Trying to go across the line, gets the leading edge, but that went miles up in the air. And Saghir kept his eyes on the ball till the very last second. And I think, like you mentioned earlier, made it look very easy at the end.
For someone who was ambling across when he was coming on to bowl in his run-up in the previous over, to quickly react on his follow-through and run for this catch and make it look easy. He's a fine athlete, Saghir Khan. 2 for 33. Can he finish it off well? Tries to bring out the reverse. But gets some bat on it, Shamim.
That's been a boundaryless over so far. Just falls short of Rahul Chopra at square leg. They'll pick up another single, so it's been singles all the way with the wicket as well.
At the time Liton Das got out, in the 13th over they were 125, going almost 10 and over. And in the middle there was a passage of play where they had really pulled things back. But post that Mohammad Wasim over, again they've got into the 10 per over mold. So Bangladesh has had their moments and they've come back well.
Oh, shot delivery, nicely bowled, be a dot ball. Yes, there was about 21 deliveries when they didn't hit a boundary. And I think that is where UAE had to capitalize on that. But they had given away too many runs and that was Mohammad Wasim over, you're right. And that is where things started to go wrong for UAE once again. That's a good delivery by Saghir.
Yeah, you've got to come out with those variations. He's an aggressive bowler. On the follow-through, you could see he had a message as well to tell to the non-striker, stay in your crease. Once again, straight past him. They'll get a single. They'll finish on 205 for 5 in their 20 overs.